Bachmann Trains is introducing some new coaches for the Thomas and Friends series. These are Emily's coaches. Emily is an engine that will be coming in a few months, but the coaches are here now, and they're going to make a great addition to your Thomas and Friends set. Now, if you don't know what the Thomas and Friends set are, these are large-scale trains of Thomas the Tank Engine, Percy the Small Engine, as well as Troublesome Trucks, a coal load, and don't forget James the Red Engine. He's available as well. Now, the units are packed in a very heavy plastic foam, so they'll be safe in transport, and they're also covered in plastic. The units also include some instructions on how to lower the couplers for large-scale height, in case you want to use them with other products other than Thomas and Friends, but we'll show you that in a minute. There's also a brake coach, and it looks pretty much the same as the regular coach, but if you take a good look, you'll notice that the back windows have some shades in them, and so this will give you some options in regards to running the different coaches. Now, these look very, very nice, and in this large scale, it really brings out the features of the Thomas and Friends series. They use the big, what Bachmann's calling international couplers, so they're a little bit different than the large-scale couplers, but are compatible with the ones that you have on your other trains. The detail here is very, very nice, and the molds are crisp and clean, and the paint jobs are very, very accurate as well. We were very, very impressed with the quality of these units. They're very heavy duty and will give a lot of play value to young people who are using these. The roofs on the units are easily removable in very heavy plastic, and inside your little train engineers will be able to put passengers, stuffed animals, army men. They can all go for a ride. Take a look inside here. You can see the window coverings for the brake coach. The units have some nice detailing, and it's not something that can break off. There'll be some good durability in regards to this unit and the play value that it has for younger kids. They've done a very nice job in creating just enough details to make these look very, very good. The unit has all metal wheels, so they roll very well, and they will also put up with a lot of abuse. As we take a look at the bottom, tell me if you notice something different about the wheels on the bottom of the Emily coaches. Did you notice that the middle wheels don't actually have a flange around them? They're just a wheel, and this helps Emily take tight corners, and so you don't have to worry about the unit coming off on very tight turns. It's a really great idea, and it's the same thing they did on the James engine as well, and you can't tell when it's on the rails. So how do the Emily coaches compare to maybe Annie and Clarabel? Well, I knew that would be a question you'd want to know, so let's go ahead and take a look at them side by side. We think these units will look great together on your railroad. Now, the Emily coaches are supposed to be pulled by Emily, which will be coming out soon, but you can mix and match and create all sorts of stories for your railroad. The units have a similar size to Annie and Clarabel. The coupler-to-coupler distance is 15.5 inches, the width is 4¼ inches, the height is 6¼ inches, and the weight is 1.8 pounds. Annie and Clarabel are about 1.6 pounds. Emily's coaches have an additional wheel, so that could be the weight difference there, but the units are pretty close. We figured you might ask, so we had to take the one roof and put it on the other roof, and guess what? It works fine. So they kind of look neat, and it might make an interesting story of how the roofs got switched one day on the island of Sodor. So how do they look behind an engine? Well, we asked Thomas if he would model them for us, and we think they look pretty good, and we're looking forward to Emily when she arrives in the USA. Earlier in the video, we told you about lowering coupler heights. Well, here's a clip from one of our previous videos that shows you exactly how you'll do that. Inside each box, you will find instructions on how to swap out the couplers. We'll show you how to do that in just a bit. That's because the Thomas trains ride a little bit higher than standard Bachmann or large-scale trains. What you will need to do is use these extra pieces to lower the couplers so that they are at the right height for coupling to other large-scale products. You can see here that the Thomas couplers are just a little bit higher than regular couplers. It's easy to do. You take one screw to take off the coupler. There's a second screw in which you take off the bracket. You merely replace the larger bracket and then replace the coupler, and now you can couple non-Thomas the Train freight cars and use them with your Thomas units.